Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. For this video, we will be going back to the Transformers Kingdom Warfare Cybertron trilogy to look at this toy. This is the Voyager class Dinobot. First off, let's look at the packaging. Kingdom still bringing in their A game, with that nice package art of Dinobot in his robot mode and in his Raptor mode. Pretty nice illustration of the character. Makes you really want to keep the box. One thing that I've noticed, I bought this from a shop that I have just seen in a shopping app. I think this has already been opened, or because it's quite loose inside. Not quite like the other Kingdom toys that I have bought from the first wave, wherein everything is packed securely and nothing shakes around. This time around, something shakes around inside the box. Okay, so at the back is product rendering of Dinobot in his dinosaur mode and in his robot mode. At the other side is that lovely Kingdom Warfare Cybertron trilogy promo art that graces every piece of product from the Kingdom line. Kingdom is the last arc of this trilogy. We've seen Siege, has fair amount of great figures. Earthrise also great amount of great figures, and lastly Kingdom revisiting Beast Wars designs, and so far they have not yet failed at bringing us great new products from the Beast Wars line. Of course, there's also a spattering of G1 figures. I can't wait to get that Huffer figure. I'm looking forward to that. I love the mini bots, and yeah, it's great to see them have their own versions right now, wherein they are not that small. They are still small, but they are elevated to such a case that they are bigger than legend sizes now, and they're midway between a legend size scale to a deluxe class scale, but they are already being referred to as deluxe class. Anyway, that is the packaging for the Dinobot, and let's bust him loose out of his cage and take a look closer at the toy. Okay, so here we have him outside of his box, and he is looking a bit chunky. Alright, one thing that I played around with it for quite a bit before continuing with the video. I wanted to get familiarized with how to transform him. And one thing that I got when I was first handling him right out of the box was it was a bit light. Right? When I was opening up, well, let's do the comparisons while we are looking at him. He is a Voyager class, so here is another Voyager class from the Kingdom line, which is, of course, his leader, or the leader of the Maximals, his Optimus Primal, and a deluxe class figure, which is Cheetor. They look quite good together. The scaling is quite okay, I think. Like I said before, when I started to look at these figures, I wasn't really that familiar with Beast Wars as a series, or as a viewer, or as a fan of Transformers. That was during the time that I wasn't really quite keen into toys anymore, or watching animated features. That was a weird time in my life when I was trying to be an adult, and also maybe the time of my life that I decided that fuck all that, I'll do what I want. So anyway, I wasn't really familiar with the Beast Wars line that much, but I do know a bit about it, since I have friends who are really into it. So I knew Dinobot is the one with most character development, as he started out to be a Predacon and then shifted his allegiance to the Maximals. So he's really like an anti-hero of sorts. Um, anyway, when I was first handling him, he had this. Anyway, so much for the other Maximals. Anyway, since I'm gonna leave Optimus Primal here. Optimus Primal here, when I was handling him, was like a solid toy. He had that. He had that feel of a very solid toy. While Dinobot here is a bit chunky, but he feels a bit light to the touch, as if there is a hollowness to him, particularly on his legs. His leg seems very, very not solid, not really hollow, since there's really no hollowness that you could see. There is a bit on his hands, but on his leg there is no hollowness to it. But you could feel that it is not a solid piece of plastic, that it is hollow inside, so it feels a bit light. Okay, so that's my first impression of the toy. Also, the chunkiness, I think it's more on because of his transformation to what would be a very sleek dinosaur, a velociraptor. So it is not that of a perfect transformation, closer to Megatron, the Beast Wars Megatron, which I really like. It looks a bit more clunky, but it still works. It still looks like a raptor. So if you would, oh wait, let's fix that. If you get my thoroughly bad elocution of what I was trying to say, this toy is. Oh yeah, and also figured out why it was clanking around his packaging. For some reason, it came with where is that? Oh, lost the packaging. Anyway, it was missing a part of the carton that was holding it. Right. So this was the carton that was holding it. Usually there would be another piece of box here. This one did not have it. Dinobot was securely strapped onto this box, but he was missing that piece of cardboard that he is supposed to be standing on, and would have prevented any jiggling around of the parts. At first, I thought it would be missing something, since for some reason Hasbro attaches weapons to the part, to the lower part there, like his weapons. But his weapons were securely fastened on the side, so that's okay. But it was really jiggling a lot in that box, and yeah, it was kind of worrisome. I'm not still quite convinced that this is an unopened figure, but so far, it feels like it's brand new, so it's okay. Another problem, yeah. I'm in the Philippines, yes, and the second wave of the Kingdom figures have not reached our retail stores. I got this from a reseller in a shopping application. Okay, and yeah, I hope our wave 2 of Kingdom does not go through the way of our wave 2 of Earthrise, wherein we had to buy them at the last quarter 2020 because for some reason Hasbro did not even care to bring that shipment to our country until the last quarter. So I hope that does not happen, since I am really looking forward to that Huffer figure, also that Airwave as well. So looking at the figure, it is like I say, a chunky boy. Proportions wise, it he looks a lot stockier than the other figures. Probably because of uh, since there is almost no shape to his body. Uh, Shape meaning when you're drawing stuff, there is usually a sexy curves, uh, be it male or female, around the waist hip area going through the rib cage, that middle part. Now in here it's just almost a straight line. You can see that, and that gives him a barrel chested look, which is okay. I've seen the pictures of Dinobot here in the stills from Beast Wars, and he looks quite a bit. He looks close to the animated model. Okay, even the head. Actually, the head is very well sculpted, and is you can see that. Yes, that sneering look. Helmet is molded in bronze plastic with pipings, with black pipings. The black pipings on mine have spots wherein the paint is not that well applied. Also, you can see that on the top of that one. Yeah, but that's pretty hard to apply the paint to. Even as a customizer, you would know that if there is a bit of a space there on top of that band, it's quite hard without smudging the paint on to the wall of the other plastic. So yeah, the the face is beautifully painted blue. It's matte like, has red eyes. Very nice um, look there. Uh, Aside from my, but that is really just a nitpick about the application of the black piping. But otherwise, it's a okay. I'm really also impressed that they have used the actual dino head for his torso chest piece, while most of the time the other Dinobot toys do not do that. Um, they also did that with Cheetor, and that is also very nice, as well as Rat Trap here. So they have their actual animal heads as their torso. Also, but in this case, they also added a four head here, which will be his dino thighs, which is kind of weird since it has eyes and stuff like that. Okay, beautifully detailed. The dinosaur skin texture is amazing. Hasbro has been killing it with textures lately with their action figures, especially with their GI Joe line. The layer of texture on plastic, eh, the detail of texture on plastic layering that they did on those toys are amazing. Canvas, leather, um, sci-fi tech stuff texture. Um, Usually there's like 2 to 4 layers of details on the surface of those plastic, and that's just quite a bit of overkill on detail, but it looks good. It looks great. I just hope that they distribute it more better here in our country. Going back to Dinobot here, like I said, detail wise, it's nice. There is a bit of what do you call that, hollowness to, aside from the hollowness that I have mentioned with his legs, because it is quite hollow. This part of his shins actually. See if you open this up, you can see how hollow it is. Also part of the transformation. But if you open it up, you would see that it is also well detailed. There's a lot of sculpted details there, even though they didn't even have to do that. But yeah, there is some stuff there. Um, his thighs are solid. There is no cavities like this one. This is actually They usually do that to skimp on plastic, or maybe for integrity or something. So yeah, there is a bit of that on the arms, but his forearms are good, although there is still that, you can see that. I'm sure some third-party company will do fill-ins for that, since yeah, transformation wise it would not really affect this much if you put fillers there, since it's actually the dino legs. So yeah, his hands have 2 points of articulation. See that? The front talons, which is his Raptor feet, are on a hinge, as well as the back talons are also on a hinge. So you could close that up and you could open that up. Also, there is a hinge there, so for inward outward motion, and it rotates. Very nicely articulated. Head is on the ball joint. Very nice ball joint, actually. The ball joint allows him to look up, look down, have sideways emotive action, and can go around that much. The shoulder articulation allows him to raise his hand sideways that much. He has a bicep swivel there, a elbow joint is swivel at the wrist, also inward outward hinge for the hands, and like I said, hinges on the front talon and the back talons for his hands, which allows him to close it like a regular humanoid hand. Same with the other side. For his hips, there he can do the full splits, and then he can raise his his legs up that much. He has that much of a knee bend. There is a bit of a thigh swivel there. It's quite tight, yeah, and you have to align this properly if you are going to transform him into a raptor. So just a note. So yeah, there is a thigh swivel there, a bit of, not a full thigh swivel, but there is one. For his feet, he can point his toes down, point it up a bit, and of course there is an ankle tilt there. Yes, no swivel on a boot cut or on the ankles. He stands pretty well. You just have to make sure his heel spurs are laid flat like that. So there is a bit of a kibble that would be his dino neck here at the back, but pretty much it is a compact, well articulated robot form for Dinobot. He comes with two accessories: his tail and this pink thing, which is his sword, which you could, as you can see, you could place on his hand by sticking that socket there, piece of plastic there, to his socket there in his palm. Right. You could also do that with this tail piece, which is supposed to be a spinning thing on in the animated, and you could also do this. See. Alright. So to transform him, you take off his tail sword, place that sword inside it, close it up. This will become the tip of his tail. Right. To transform him, instruction says to raise it up, raise this arms. Okay. Open those palms up. This will become his legs, dino legs. While transforming, then flip outward his raptor hands, which is on his side. Alright. Raise the fake dinosaur head sides, raise it up. Okay. And then next is we flip this inward and then clip it to the other piece there. You can see that. Alright. And now rotate this. Rotate this. So you'd have that shoulder guard facing that cavity, and then you press it down. So that will be his dino legs. He looks like. Just make sure that everything is clipped on quite nicely. Next, what we do is unclip this neck piece there. And then go there. Make his head look down. I'm gonna raise the camera so that you can see this. Alright. So raise his head, make it look down like that. This is on a double hinge. You will cover his head and clip that in. So now you have most of his feet part already ready for transformation. Now for his legs, rotate it 180 towards the back. Now you should align this properly, otherwise it will not transform that well. So clip those parts of his feet together. So flip this open, flip the other side open, and then gear walk that until his knee pads reach that thigh area, and then you close this up. Make sure that everything is aligned. There would be slots in there. You can see that. You close that as well, and also the slots in here, and pegs that will peg in that slot over there. Make sure everything is pegged, and this one as well. Close that. Make sure everything is pegged. Okay, and then put this one in there. Oops. You have to put those feet in there. There. You see that part? There we go. There. Alright. So this will not really work if you did not, if its feet is not properly align this part. So you have to make sure that that part is really aligned. So you can see there is a bit of tension there, but that's just me. Like I said, just align everything well and it will. And then you close that one. It's better. And now you have him like so. Okay, and now flip that head and then align that Dino Raptor hands They're a bit big, aren't they? It looks like a funky chicken. Yeah. If you have transformed him properly, if you have aligned everything properly, you wouldn't have this much of an issue with the panels not really um, aligning together. And now, just place the tip of his tail there. There is a slot there, and you have him in his Raptor mode. Like I said, this is not the cleanest of transformation, the cleanest of the, but it is a nice Raptor. Yeah, Raptor transformation. Yeah. So far, Hasbro has given us a lot of Raptors lately. With the power of the primes, we had that legend class figure that transforms into a Raptor, which is supposed to be part of the Dinobots. So you can see already that I have not aligned the legs properly. It is not flush that well, but that's my fault. I just showed you the basic of how to transform him. Articulation on the dinosaur has the raptor arms have an elbow. Also, its shoulders allow him to raise. Actually, the he looks like he's a kung fu. He's doing a kung fu move. Okay, so you can do that. Also, it has full rotation. Very good. Also, a ball joint on the arm, so you could. The arms are quite emotive. You could do a lot of different poses with this. The head does not have a swivel. That is a missed opportunity. They could have put a swivel here so that he could have side to side motions. But anyway, it's okay. Can open his teeth, his jaw that much. And like Megatron, he does not have teeth in front. I don't know why, but he does not have any teeth there. Yeah, okay, close his. So he kind of looks like a tooth. He lost his front tooth in a battle or something. So yeah. All in all, the figure is it's okay. It's okay. Not one of the not the best of the Kingdom line, but still okay. Still, uh, they're still hitting. Yeah, look at that. Just make sure. Yeah. Oops, sorry. Alright. So that's my look at this figure. Alright. So that's a video for today. Thank you for watching. And if you please do leave a like. Okay. Please do leave a like. Share this to your friends. And if you are so inclined, please do subscribe to the channel. And if you do subscribe, please do click on that notification bell so that you know when I upload other stuff. Thank you guys for watching. This has been another Transformers Kingdom War for Cybertron toy. Maybe this would be my last. I'm not really sure. So thank you guys for watching and see you at the next video.